I'm Tom Griswold, and this is June 15th, 2018. With that said, I'm going to back up about 64 years to the summer of, and approximately June of 1954. My father was employed by California Fish and Game as a hunter-trapper, taking care of predators, mostly coyotes, in Shasta and Scott Valley in Northern California. He was assigned to come here to trap predators in this area. We are on the Smiths River, about 40 miles, 35 or 40 miles northeast of Crescent City, California. We are standing on the east side of the river in Madrona Campground. Across the river from us is Grassy Campground. We moved here as a family just after school got out in June of '54 to mainly trap coyotes. There had been some pheasants planted in this country and they had disappeared, and Fish and Game wanted to find out why. Well, we found out it was probably the loggers and not the coyotes, because there was no coyotes here. We lived here that summer in a dry camp, a Forest Service dry camp along the side of the highway called Grassy Flat. We were given a little trailer house from Fish and Game, which was probably about 12 or 14 feet long, so it was a cooking quarters and one bed. This is for a family of 6. We rigged up things for the 2 boys, had some bunks in between a couple of trees. I believe my sisters slept in a tent on the ground. We did a lot of sightseeing. It became almost a paid vacation. We lived here the whole summer, the 3 months basically from when school got out to when school started in the fall. So how do you live in these conditions? This is a dry camp. There is no plumbing. We had water faucets out in the yard that we could get water, but there was no electricity, no telephone, and especially no sewage. And this wonderful river, which you see here, was our bathing quarters. So in the evening, every couple of days, and maybe every day, we would walk down to the river with our bar of soap and our towel, and we would bathe. This is a very cold mountain river, but that's what you have. This was the summer of 1954. I was 11. My brother Tim was 9. My sister Barbara was in the fall, would have been 14, and my sister Betty was 15. Right across the river here is the abutment and the first leg of the old original bridge. They have built a 4-lane highway up the river a couple of hundred yards, and they demolished the old bridge, leaving just this one stand arm and the first plate of the bridge and put a guardrail on the end of it. The other side of the bridge, which is just upstream from me, is busted up cement and rebar laying in the bottom of the river. These mountain rivers have a green-blue color to it, a very crystal clear. You can see every rock and pebble in the bottom of them 5-6 feet down where it is at. It's a fast-running mountain river. It hasn't been through any of the valleys with the runoff from fields and things. So it is very pristine. This was a nice time for our family at our age of the children and things, for us to be together all that summer. My dad, of course, was working during the days running trap lines and things like that, but we lived here in this camp, and like I say, there was no plumbing, no power, no telephones, and very beautiful country. We traveled around here. Of course, the children took turns riding with Dad on his trap lines, so we were out almost every day on the roads in these mountains. This is old logging and mining roads and things like that. They're mostly closed down now. But it was on this vacation my wife and I are on, we decided that we would, after looking at our schedule and where we were, we decided to come here to Grassy Flat to spend a couple of nights. And I'm sure glad we did, because it brings back old memories and wonderful pictures, and to see that the land hasn't been destroyed as a lot of country has, and see where we spent that summer.